What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over opening up our Wild Gems Super Packs today in NBA 2K26 MyTEAM. And if you are wondering, like, Ty, why are you doing this? Like, what is the point of you doing this? Well, at the end of the day, guys, I've got the VC to do it, so I may as well go through with it. Now, there is something new as far as the Wild Gems exchange that 2K added, and I've kind of been waiting on 2K to add something like this. So basically, if you get a featured event card, you can lock it in for a diamond, Ami, ruby, sapphire, emerald, all these different types of cards. So will this crash the prices? I don't know. We'll have to kind of see what that does entail as far as like how common these cards are. One thing I will say is they are like for unsellable cards, I do believe. So like, for example, if you do get, the exchange, right, you're going to get an unsellable card. So you're going to have to, lock in that card. So it's not just like, oh, you get the card, you could sell them. No, you're still going to have to, basically lock in the set. So just something to think about. Now, what is this? Which pack should you open up? What are the odds like? Obviously, the odds are not going to be super great in these packs. You kind of know what you're getting into. As far as between the super packs, what should you open up? Well, here's the deal. The topper on this one is a Wild Gems featured exchange. The topper on the other one is a 90 plus. I'll open up the Wild Gems featured exchange and just see what comes of it. But you need to, whatever you get for the exchange doesn't really matter. But before you lock it in, you need to know which of the cards to choose, which I ultimately will get to in a second. Do I ever recommend opening up packs? No. Pack odds are terrible, number one. And again, it's not worth your money, guys. Like, the auction house is super high right now, and it's just, in my opinion, ultimately not worth it. Obviously, since I did win King of the Court, I do have the extra, VC to be spending. And honestly, I'm one pink diamond Wild Gem card away from being able to get Scottie Pippen. And everybody's saying, Ty, don't get Scottie Pippen. And my thing is, like, at the end of the day, like, I don't think Scottie Pippen's going to be that great for me. He's going to be good for sure. But at the end of the day, Scottie Pippen is going to be a card that, guess what, at the shooting guard position is going to play good defense, knock down shots, and ultimately just do what I need him to do. So that's kind of my approach to things. Here, as you're opening up Wild Gems Super Packs, you need to know which cards to look for. Obviously, Mario Ellie, his price could be going down with the new exchange, something to think about. Obviously, if you can get a Diamond Jay Williams, he is another really solid card that if you get, you got a really solid option there. And again, as far as like the gold cards, there's just not really a whole ton really there to look at. Obviously, Diamond Latrell Sprewell, you need him for KG, is another really good card that, if you can find a way to get, you are going to be in a really, really solid position. I think, honestly, I do think Latrell Sprewell is literally like just as expensive as like Jay Williams. Again, I'll have to double check that before I do anything crazy, but those are some things to think about. As far as these Ruby Wild Gem cards, some of them do have some good value. Obviously, if it's one that's in the set, you are going to be moving and grooving. But some of them do have some solid value here. Again, the pack odds are terrible, though. Like, you guys are seeing 15 packs into this thing, not one Amethyst card. Now, I do think the odds of pulling an Amethyst, I'd have to go back and double check, but I think it's right around like 5% out of each and every one of these packs. So honestly, maybe 4%, 3%. My odds of pulling an Amethyst plus like out of each of these packs, it's not good, right? And it's the same thing for you guys. Pack odds, they're bad, and it's gonna stay bad, for the foreseeable future. But it is what it is. I've opened packs multiple times this year. You guys can go back, watch my other pack openings, guys. I've literally opened packs in, throughout the, not a lot, but throughout the year, and I have not really pulled anything good or anything crazy whatsoever. So it's just one of those things this year. It's going to be tough as far as pack odds for the foreseeable future until 2K realizes, okay, at some stage, we need cards to get somewhat cheaper in this game, and these pack odds are not getting it done, because that's really the situation right now. Like, the pack odds are not helping with anything on this game right now. I do think that Kyrie Irving could be valuable, because I do believe, I don't know for sure, don't quote me on this, but I do think you need a Sapphire Celtics player for KG. Again, don't quote me on that, but I think that is ultimately the case here. But, it's just a gold, emerald, sapphire simulator here. A bunch of golds is really what I'm pulling more than anything. And again, all it takes is one shake to change this thing around. But you guys are seeing. Not looking too good whatsoever. Again, not even one shake, and we are basically 30 packs into this thing. I mean, yikes is all I've got. 20 packs left. It is what it is. Take what the game gives you at the end of the day, but I mean, pack odds eventually have to be better. I don't know what else there is to really say. Eric Snow. At some stage, 2K has to adjust things in the positive direction. And even if I were to pull like a Sapphire Cam Reddish, look, he has value. Covington has value. There are cards that have some value, but I'm not pulling them right now. So it is what it is. And this is about the worst odds that I have had this year so far. But all it takes is one thing to change it around. I saw in the NBA world that Fred VanVleet is out for the year. That's sad for Fred VanVleet. And a lot of people are like, oh, well, now Reed Shepherd's going to have to play those types of things. And I get all of that. But it's still sad. It's still sad that Fred VanVleet is out for the year because, again, I think he is a really, really solid point guard. And definitely a guy like alongside KD would have been a really, really solid fit. Like, I genuinely believe that. So, kind of a bad situation there. Prayers up to Fred VanVleet. Hopefully, you know, his recovery goes well, all of those things. And, I mean, I promise you this was not pre-recorded. And there he is, Fred VanVleet. It's not pre-recorded. What are the odds that happens? I don't know. But that is actually insane that I talk about it and then Fred VanVleet pops up. 10 packs left, no shakes, no nothing. I mean, this is just an absolutely abysmal pack opening. And maybe 2K's like, okay, we know he's going to have the King of the Court VC. We are not going to allow him to have a good pack opening without him spending money on the game. Maybe that's 2K's perspective. I don't know, right? I'm just here. I don't know what 2K's perspective on things are, but we've only really got 6 packs left to open up, so it is what it is. I'm eager to see what the exchange looks like at the end of this thing. Like, obviously I'm hopeful for a diamond exchange so that I can sell my Jay Williams, but yeah, it's not like the exchanges are gonna be super common. It's not like people are gonna be pulling them left and right, because that ultimately just is not going to be the case. Obviously, you have to spend $100 to even get the exchange. So, I mean, if people are thinking, oh, Ty, well, is the market going to crash at all? Your answer is no, it's not, just because, again, it is so rare to pull any of the exchange type cards. Last pack, cheese, I need something, and I get nothing. Yikes. Lou Will. Oh wait, I need J Will. You gave me Lou Will, I need J Will. Okay, now we get a lot of wild gems featured. Give me a diamond, okay, a ruby. Now, we'll talk about that here in a second, okay? We will talk about all of those things in a second. But I got a ruby exchange. So here's where things get kind of, I don't want to say really difficult, but kind of difficult, because now I got to decide, out of all of the ruby cards in this wild gem exchange, is there any I really want? Because, like, there is somebody I really want. I honestly, this is crazy. I honestly thought Mario Ellie would be I honestly thought he would be this is funny. I thought he would be I thought he was an emerald. I don't know why. Don't ask me why, but I did think he was an emerald. So this is perfect, actually, for me. If I do want to get Scottie Pippen, I'm just going to swap out Mario Ellie for the exchange Mario Ellie that I'm going to get. And I'm going to be able to make a lot of MT off of this. Now, this is only valuable if you have these sellable cards, and I'll explain why here in a second, because again, this is going to be an unsellable Mario Ellie that I get here. So if you don't have a lot of MT, it's not worth doing. If you're not planning on, you know, getting any of those cards anyway, it's not worth doing. But like for myself, right now I've got a wild gem Mario Ellie that I can't sell. And so if I was, you know, thinking about, do I want Scottie, do I not want Scottie? Well, now I definitely do want Scottie, because now I've got an unsellable Mario Ellie and can go sell the Mario Ellie that I did currently have. Now, am I going to sell him now or wait? I don't know, right? Like, I genuinely don't know what the best way to go about this thing is, but I at least have a sellable Mario Ellie added in my collection, which I absolutely really do like. So that's just kind of it for the pack opening. Did I have really good luck? Honestly, it wasn't great luck, but it's not the worst, because honestly, out of like the Wild Gems exchange, if you don't get a diamond card, I'd rather have Mario Ellie than even any of these amethysts, because a lot of these amies don't sell for a whole lot. The rubies, I mean, obviously do, but I could have got a sapphire, an emerald, or a gold, and that would have put me in a really, really tough position, obviously. not what you are wanting. Again, you can get a wild gem option pack if you have any of these ruby hidden gem cards. Could again be worth your time because, I mean, again, I don't know if I even want to do it since I've already got an unsellable Mario Ellie, but it could be worth your time even for the sapphires. If you have any hidden gem sapphires that you are not using, guess what? You could maybe, I mean, you're testing your luck, but if you wanted to and wanted to lock in any of these sets, you could get somebody that is usable for it though. So that's gonna wrap it up really for my video today. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.